Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure in introducing our speaker, Dr. S. Vijaykumar, Assistant Professor, B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. Dr. Vijaykumar did his BA in English Literature from A.M. Jain College in 96. He did his B.Ed English Language Teaching from University of Madras from 98. He did his MA English Literature from University of Madras in 2000. He did his MPhil in American Literature from Annamalai University in 2007. He did his MA Linguistics from Annamalai University in 2009. He did TESOL Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages from International TESOL Accreditation Authority, Canada in 2011. And he did his doctorate in English Language Teaching from B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology in the year 2017. His professional experience: he has a total teaching experience of over 16 years till date. He started his career as a lecturer in Apollo Arts and Science and Engineering College from 2004 to 2008. He worked as an assistant professor in SRM Institute of Science and Technology from 2008 to 2010. Currently, he is an assistant professor in B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. He has attended over 29 international and national conferences. He has attended 25 workshops, and he has presented over 30 papers in national and international conferences. He's been invited as a session chair in more than 4 international conferences. He's been invited for more than 4 technical talks. He has conducted 5 workshops, and he has presented 12 video lectures. His research publications: he has published in 4 Scopus Index journals, 3 international books, 2 co-authored books, 7 chapter publications, 8 conference publications, and 11 publications in international peer-reviewed journals. Some of his awards and achievements: he received Certificate of Excellence, Certified Peer Reviewer course by Elsevier. He is an outstanding reviewer in JALT Call, a Scopus Index journal. He received a Springer Best Paper Presentation Award, the International Conference on Learning and Teaching. He is a certified peer reviewer from Publons Academy, and he has completed a collaborative book project on CALT with the Department of Digital Humanities, University of Iowa. His research interests: blended learning, instructional design, and meta-analytic research. Some of his other academic experiences: he does editing and proofreading services to the research scholars of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, and he is a member of editorial board in the international peer-reviewed journal English Language Teaching. Dr. Vijaykumar has his own YouTube channel under his name, where he posts videos and talks for improving communication skills. So, on behalf of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, we thank him for gracing us with his presence and wish him good luck for his future endeavors. Thank you.
Video, let me demonstrate some of the important features of Mendeley and show you how Mendeley can be used as a reference management tool. If someone were to ask me what is the stupidest thing that I ever did as a research scholar, I would without an iota of doubt reply that it was citing my works manually. Nothing can be as time consuming as citing references manually. It takes a lot of time. Probably you can use the time for even writing another research paper. So we all need a good reference management tool for many reasons. One, a good reference management tool helps you to identify, collect, and archive all your data. See, I think most of the research scholars, when they do the research, used to name different folders and keep it in their computers, in the drive, different places. Lack of organization, it's sometimes quite messy. You can't clearly go and identify where you have kept those sources. You just have to recollect. So, if you have a good reference management tool, it will help you to not only store and not only to archive all your data, but also to properly organize and retrieve it whenever you want to. So it helps in proper retrieval, and so that you can also rightly acknowledge whenever you want to. So for these reasons, you need to have a very good reference management tool. And another reason is reference management tools helps in properly citing your work, and in referencing and in bibliography. When I say in citing, I'm talking about in-text citations. For example, if I'm just citing an author, Richard Johnson, I will write the second name Johnson and the year of publication. Whereas in references, I will give the full details. Like I would just mention the name of the author, the year, the name of the paper if it is a journal paper, and then the year of, the details of the publication, like where it was published and so on. So that's what I mean by, referencing. And bibliography is probably I may not have cited it in my work, but still I want to give a full list or an exhaustive list of extra references. In that case, I may give a working bibliography. So for all these reasons, either you use it for citation, in-text citation, for referencing, and for bibliography, for all these reasons, you need a good reference management tool. So as far as I am personally concerned, I find Mendeley not only comfortable, I see that as a kind of a one-stop solution for all referencing purposes. So because there are many reasons why Mendeley is so user-friendly. Because first thing is there are no fringes attached to it, and it supports all platforms, whether it is in Windows or Apple iOS. It supports all format and all browsers actually. Either it is Mozilla or Chrome or Microsoft Edge. So across platforms and across browsers, it is so user friendly. And another good thing about is it helps in seamless transition. For instance, I work on a desktop, and I can even have a mobile version and use the mobile version of Mendeley. So on the go, I can just make my references and read my library, create my personal library and read whatever I have stored, and I can also refer to whatever I have organized. So it just helps in that seamless transition. And another thing is it's actually compatible with the word processor. For instance, if naturally when you install Mendeley, the Word plugin is installed. So whenever you open a Word document, and in the Word document, if you just click that references, you will have the Mendeley icon. You'll have Mendeley references icon and Mendeley citation icon. Citation, if you click citation, for in-text citations we use. And for clicking the references icon, end references we use. Basically, these are the two things that every research scholar uses, especially when we write a paper. Of course, there are many features which we are going to explore, and let me demonstrate what are the important referencing tools that Mendeley has. So as I said, it is a kind of an one-stop solution for all your referencing needs. And another thing is, you can use it as a kind of a crowdsourcing platform, because there are 4 million researchers and there will be research groups pertaining to your domain, and if you search papers even on Mendeley for your using the keywords, you will find a lot of papers. You will see the kind of research that people all over the world are doing. Of course, you can even collaborate with them, start a group. So you have an opportunity to gel with like-minded people and know more about your research, to collaborate your research, to just ask for some kind of clarifications if you have. So, for many of these reasons, you can all use Mendeley. But however, I would exclusively focus on and just give you a demo on how Mendeley can be used for referencing purpose. You need to install Mendeley in your desktop. So let me first tell you how this installation process goes on, and then let's just go hands-on. See, the first thing is go to your browser, whether it is Chrome or Mozilla. You open your browser and type Mendeley desktop. After you type Mendeley desktop, you go to the first pop-up, download Mendeley desktop. When you click that,
you have an option to download Mendeley. The latest version of Mendeley will pop up and it will initiate the process. It will ask you to download. After you go for download, the second step is you will have a file like this. It will ask you whether to run the file. You just have to say yes, just run. Give the option run file. And after that, the setup wizard will open. And just click next to continue. After you click next to continue, the next step is the license agreement, which is a natural step in every kind of installation. So just say I agree and give next for that installation process to initiate the installation. And after you go to the next step, it will ask you whether you want to allow this app to make changes and say yes. By default it is yes. So after you give yes, it will ask you the location where you want to save your file. So naturally we save in C documents, C folder. So go and save there and ensure that you have at least 200 MB free space, because the space required is 174 MB. So you just browse your destination folder and install. After the installation process is over, you will have a Mendeley icon. You pin that to the taskbar, and when you open the icon, it will ask you to enter your email and password. If you already have a Mendeley account, enter your email, enter your password and sign in, or else you register for it. Either sign in or register. Register if you don't have an account, sign in if you already have an account. What you need is an email and just a password. So after this, we'll go to explore the features of Mendeley. So now let's go hands-on and explain or explore the features of Mendeley, especially in terms of referencing. So we are going to look at only the referencing tools, and I'm going to take you and demonstrate you actually how we leverage each of these tools for referencing purposes. Now let's explore how to generate citations using the MS Word and Microsoft plugins. When you install Mendeley Desktop, the MS Word plugin will automatically be installed in your desktop. But to ensure that it is installed, you just go to Tools. You have two options here, Install Web Importer, and there will be an option here, Install MS Word plugin. In this case, it's already installed in this system, so that's why it's showing uninstalled. So ensure that it is installed. Then open your document. Let's say I am doing a research on impact of flipped learning on learning outcomes in higher education. Let me show you how I will use my in-text citations and references for this paper. Let me show you how I do that. So you have to just click references. See, you have two icons here. Insert citation is one icon, and you have open Mendeley, another icon. And then importantly, you have another icon here for style, citation style. You can choose any style you want. There are a lot of styles. You see, there are a number of styles, like you have APA, MLA style, Chicago Manual of Style, Harvard, IEEE. You have a lot of styles, but still, if you feel that the style that you are looking for, if it is not in the list, go to more styles and choose. There will be an array of styles here. You can choose any style. Either, let's say you are choosing IEEE format, use this style. You are using IEEE style. Okay, so let me use IEEE style for this document. See here, IEEE, or automatically you can change here directly. So IEEE. So I'm just going to IEEE style. So I'm doing research on flipped learning. So I say the impact of, for example, I say the impact of flipped learning is already explored by many researchers. So I am just citing, supporting what I said using a citation. So I have imported a lot of related works on flipped learning. So my Mendeley library will automatically open here, and from my library I will search for flipped learning. Flipped learning in higher education. So you use the correct keyword, and then there will be a lot of papers which are pertaining to your topic specifically. So choose the citation and give OK. So automatically the citation will be formatted. Then I am further emphasizing what I said. Despite these previous studies, further studies are required. So again I just go to the option insert citation, and again I am using the proper keyword, flipped learning. So I am just looking at the exact keyword which talk about further studies, maybe meta-analytic studies, or because it's learning outcomes, impact of flipped learning on learning outcomes. So exactly I'm choosing my citation from my library. So I have now, it is cited. I have two citations, for example. Now I'm just using a references, bibliography. So what I do is I now go and insert bibliography. I just give this option, insert bibliography. So maybe I can just select my, so automatically when I insert bibliography, see I got my two references for this paper in IEEE format. Now I can, if I want to change my format, I can choose the entire document, go here and change it into any other format. As I told you before, for instance, if your paper is rejected in one journal, if you are writing for an APA style and you communicate to another journal and that journal wants you to report in IEEE, you can just like that change your style. This is one simple way to cite using the MS Word plugin.
The edit options. See, most of the options in edit are common options, like find. You can just find the documents using the keywords. For example, blended learning. Whatever documents I have in that name, blended learning will be highlighted in my library. So Control F is just like any other option that you find in a Word document. So using that Control plus find, using that find option, you can type in the keyword and find your papers very easily. So that is find option under edit. And cut and copy of common usual options, paste, select all. New folder, similarly as I said before, if you want to create new folder, you can create folder inside your library. These are common options, but there is one uncommon option which is an effective option called the new group. Let's explore this option. Why do we use this option, new group? Okay, I will tell you, this is actually kind of a crowdsourcing platform, just like ResearchGate and academia, where there are a lot of people who might be doing research pertaining to your field. Similarly, regardless of any field, you may find groups who are carrying out research on your domain, or you can even create a group. Let me show you how. See, there are around 4 million researchers in Mendeley, and I'm sure under every particular area there are research groups, and you can either join a group or create a group. For example, let me show you how to create a group. See, I just want to create a group on language teaching research, language teaching research. I just name the group. I'll describe what the group is about. This group is about what, you can just say whatever it is about the group's description. So after the group's description, you can just click public and create a group. See, if you create a group here, you have email addresses. If you already know a lot of people, probably you are teaching fraternity who belong to your particular discipline, you can type in all their mails and send invites to those people. And naturally they come into your group. Now you can collaborate, monitor what each one is doing, post questions. So it's a kind of a crowdsourcing platform. So you can use it just like ResearchGate and Academia. You can find people, but the exciting option here is you can create your own group, invite people to your group and collaborate with that group. So this is quite an exciting option under this column, edit. So create new groups.
Now let's explore the file options. See, under the file options, you can import any journal papers or any files into your library, or you can add a folder. Watch folder is an exciting option. Let me tell you more about it and also about how to add entry manually. See, let's first explore this option, add files. You can keep expanding your library. For example, if you have certain files in your desktop, if you want to add a particular file, you just click what is the file you want and open it. Automatically that file will be added, that PDF will be added to your library for a future reference. And whereas you can use it for citing or even for reading the full paper. So it's stored in your library. So you can add files like that, or you can add entire folders. See, for instance, I have different folders in my desktop, but I have some books related to my research. So rather than uploading the paper one by one, I can choose the entire folder on books. I can upload it to my library. So whatever books are there, it will come into my library. So these are two exciting options. Now watch folder is a very good option, especially for the researchers. See, watch folder option, let me show you. Let us say I designate this adult education as my watch folder and give OK. So the content of that particular folder will be in my library. Not only that, whenever I add my file to the particular folder I have designated as watch folder, and in my desktop, if I add any new papers to that particular folder, automatically it will be added in that watch folder. So I need not pull it into my Mendeley. Whatever files I added in the desktop or whatever location in my computer and designate this in watch folder in Mendeley, whatever you imported to that particular folder will automatically be imported to Mendeley library. So you need not do it manually. You can designate one folder as a watch folder. You can even designate 2 or 3 folders as watch folder. For instance, one folder you can name it as PhD research. Another folder, it could be on your journal papers. So have different folders and have them as a watch folder. You need not import every time. Every time you add it in your desktop, it will automatically come into your Mendeley library. But here there is a word of caution. Please remember that please do not designate your drive folder as a watch folder or something that has a cloud storage like SkyDrive or Google Drive. Don't use that as a watch folder because you will have some synchronization issues. So always use an offline version either in the desktop or F drive or any other drive. So this is the watch folder option. Now look at another option, add entry manually. See, all journal papers Mendeley will automatically cite. But if you want to cite a book or an internet resource, Mendeley may not automatically cite if it is not in the web. So in that case, you add an entry manually. Let me show you how. For example, now I want to cite a book and the book is not there in internet. See, I am just citing a book. Title of the book, let me just give a title of the book. The title of the book is Language Teaching, authors Harmer. Okay, and then I'm just typing the other details like the year and how many pages the book has, and if required, a description of the book in the abstract for your reference so that you know what each books are. If you have a lot of books in your library, the book is about language teaching. So you can give specific descriptions to your book. Tags, 1 or 2 tags you can give about the book. Higher education, maybe because the book deals with language teaching in higher education. So give some tags for your reference. These are not mandatory fields, but however, if you give these fields, it will help in easy retrieval of information. So some kind of word. City, where was the book published? So let's say the book is published in Chennai. Edition. Who are the editors? So give all the details of the book. So let's say the name of the book is Fairbrother Michael. Publisher, Cambridge. If there is a URL, add an URL to the book and just give an ISBN, book's ISBN. If I give you all these details, you save it. So automatically the book is saved here. And if you want this citation, copy as formatted citation, you can just go to your references and paste your citation on books. So it just gives you the entire detail of what the book is about. So because I have designated it as an IEEE style, again you can do it in any style after choosing your style. So this option is called as, in file options, this is add entry manually. You look at these options, import, export. There are a lot of other reference management tools. For instance, let's say that you are using Mendeley and want to switch over a new referencing tool called Zotero or EndNote. Whatever you have it in your library, you can export it to either Zotero or EndNote, and similarly from there you can export it to Mendeley. So it can work across platforms. So you can either import or export the documents. Again, these simple steps like deleting documents if you have duplicates. Look at this, is an important option called a synchronize library. I'll tell you this option. For example, I have clicked synchronize library. So you can see my library will be synchronized. So the synchronization option is, let's say I'm using it in a different system or I'm using it as a mobile version. So it will be synchronized across systems as a kind of a cloud storage or server storage, and wherever I open, I can open my personal library. So you synchronize it, you can use it across platforms on any systems. So this is one good option called synchronize options. And believe me, all these things you do freely without paying anything. The only thing is you have only 1 GB space, but 1 GB is quite a humongous space because you're not going to store any videos. You're going to store only, your files. So that's more than enough. But if you just want to upgrade it and if you want more space, then you have to pay. I think you can, then in that case, you can even go up till 5 GB. So, I think this free version is more than enough for all the features, but only in terms of upgrading the storage or the server cloud storage, then you have to go for upgrading it. So upgradation is not needed. So these are some of the options under file. Let's see the tools options now. See, under the tools options, you have invite colleagues, install web importer, and install MS Word plugin. Check for duplicates. Let's explore these options. See, invite colleagues option is if you want to invite anybody specifically from your organization, you just have to click invite colleagues and it will automatically take you to that Mendeley, where you have to enter the email which you entered earlier, your Mendeley email, and then continue. You can also sign in via your institution. So it will help you to identify who are the researchers in your institution or organization. So you can collaborate with them. So you can invite colleagues under this option, tools, invite colleagues, and install web importer. What is this option, install web importer? When you install web importer, when you are working on another platform like Google Scholar and you are checking references, or in PubMed, you can directly import all your references to your Mendeley library. So web importer, you can import full PDF files directly from Google Scholar or PubMed to Mendeley desktop. So that's the web importer plugin. And install MS Word plugin, which we discussed already. Naturally, every research scholar will work on a Word document and insert their citations and references. So you should ensure that MS Word plugin is installed. If it is installed, you will have this option called uninstall MS Word plugin. If it is not installed, it will tell you install MS Word plugin. So ensure that it is installed. But as I said before, when you install Mendeley desktop, automatically the web importer plugin and the MS Word plugin will automatically be installed. Look at this option, check for duplicates. See, sometimes I might have absent-mindedly uploaded the same document again. So in that case, I may find a lot of duplicates. When I go for references, the algorithm is set in such a way that it could get confused. Same citations, there could be some error in citations. So it should ensure that there are no duplicates. So you should once in a way check for duplicates and ensure that you have not uploaded the same document twice. So click check for duplicates. Now in my case, I have already removed the duplicates. So it says that there are no duplicates found in all documents. So ensure that you check for duplicates. So that is an option, check for duplicates. These are some of the important options under tool. Desktop version for a literary search. Let me show you the options. You just go to literary search and related to your research, if you type in your topic. So for instance, let me type the word dyslexia. See how many searches. You get a lot of searches related to dyslexia. And there I can just see full papers. I can directly refer here. I can cite from here. So you can use Mendeley desktop version for even directly making a literary search. You can also view all the documents at the same time and what you have recently added and what you read recently. And another good option is you can also import your publications and track your published research. You can just drag and drop the papers that you have authored here, or even you can add papers manually. So you can add your publications, or even you can add any of your certificates. You can use it as a repository for your work as well besides research. These are some of the important features of Mendeley. So let's finally recap what we have discussed so far. See, we discussed how Mendeley can be a one-stop solution for all your referencing needs. And then we discussed about the installation process and how to use MS Word plugin for both in-text citations as well as for references. And we also discussed about how to create a Mendeley library, how to add files from your desktop, or how to import folders from your desktop, and how to watch a folder, how to designate watch folders. So we discussed about that. And also how to enter manually and synchronize library, how to make manual citations, So on synchronization of library features we discussed, and we discussed on how to create new groups for research purposes, where we discussed about the crowdsourcing options, and ultimately we discussed about how to use Mendeley desktop for literary search and for archiving your content. So if you wish to watch the full content of this talk, you may just visit the portals of MGR University and watch the full content, including the Q&A session, because I don't have the copyright to post it. So it's just a truncated version. I have provided the link in the description box. So if you wish, you may go and watch the full session of this talk. So these are my contact details. If you have any clarifications, you can just drop in a mail to me. And for free webinars, you can contact me, or just send a mail to me. This is my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Researcher's Toolkit. And if you want to view more content related to research, you can either subscribe to my channel or just visit my channel. I hope you found this session useful. Thank you.